Last week at Pocono, we kicked off the second half of the season with some in-your-face racing action in Long Pond, PA. MacGruber led a chunk in the early going and was looking pretty good for B. Spinney there. After the first round of pit stops, things were settling in. I was about to go to commercial, and then, well, I did go to commercial, but then Joe Dirt punted Mark Martin into the wall. During that caution, some trucks pitted, some didn't. And then as the race wore on, the lead changed hands a few times. MacGruber fell out of the mix, and then all the final pit stops hit. And then when it all shook out, Fleetwood Mac had the lead in the waning laps, but Fleetwood Mac was in final jeopardy as Chad Crow's Alex Trebek had one last surge in him and brought home the win.
Gentlemen, start your engines, brothers!
Let me tell you something, Hogan. That's my Sergeant Slaughter, as PBS Sports welcomes you to Homestead at Miami Speedway for the Bash at the Beach. 94 laps of racing action in the swamp-ass heat of Florida for the 17th stop in the Craftsman Truck Series season, winter 2023. Oh man, kind of hurt my voice, hurt my throat a little bit doing that Sergeant Slaughter. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. 94 laps here. Dwight Schrute on the pole, the Yoo-Hoo pole. Of course, Yoo-Hoo, the official mud butt liquid of NASCAR. Not really sure what happened to old Dwight at Pocono. I meant to go look and I forgot. There's just a lot of things going on. I forget to do certain things, recapping the races. I'm starting P9. Mark Martin's starting P9. And, of course, Alex Trebek starting at the back of the pack after his win at Pocono. This is a day-to-night transition kind of racetrack. Not sure if that will be reflected in the simulcast replays I show. Hopefully, it should.
Going green here, reach up there.
We have our BeeZee spotter.
Pace truck is off.
I call it.
Green flag, green flag. Green
I should have.
Grab that whip.
I should have my spotter with my voice ready for the next race at Michigan. Wreck timer, this race is going to be lap 7.
Truck outside, still there.
I'm most likely using this video as a showcase of this new spotter pack when I, make it officially public, quote unquote.
Keep low.
So people that aren't familiar with our season here, a bunch of YouTube commenters own a bunch of trucks, 3 trucks each.
Truck outside.
And the AI in NR2003 sometimes has an issue getting going at the beginning of races. So I wanted to come up with a system to where we were allowed false starts at the beginning of races
Truck outside.
to make up for the AI sucking.
Stay low.
And that's the system I came up with.
Clear.
Because Wednesday Adams there in the Lyco's #1 say she would be part of a big, massive wreck here. 6 laps into the race, for example.
Clear outside.
And it was just a huge wreck that took out the field. That's worth a restart. We're not taking out the entire field that early in the race.
Still there.
But what happens next race when John Denver gets taken out on lap 5 somewhere and only 3 or 4 trucks were involved in that wreck? That's kind of unfair to John Denver, I think, because the whole reason for the wreck was most likely the AI having trouble on the start. So I wanted to come up with a wreck timer, and it's still not an official number. It's just whatever I feel like doing at the beginning of a race.
Still there.
So lap 7, when I hit lap 7 on my dashboard screen situation, this race is official. Yeah, this is the BeeZee spotter pack.
Stay low.
It is the spotter that really likes
Still
his
there.
driver. And if I can stay up here near the top 10, we can probably get some
Still there.
unique call-outs we didn't hear at Pocono. But we'll see.
Clear.
This is
Truck
a
outside.
finicky
Keep low.
difficulty
there.
to tune in because the draft is involved. The different lines
low.
are much different speeds on the different lines. You can see Miyagi up
Stay
there
low.
getting a big run on me. But then I fight back down here, and then we do it all over again. The field's going to stay pretty condensed all race long. We have, like I said, 94 laps. Pit window here is about 30 laps.
Keep low. Blue
And
light. Two of them outside.
When I cross the start-finish line here, this
Still
race
there.
is official. We're hitting lap 7.
Stay low.
We're good to go. The
Stay low.
entire field right now is
Still
within 3.74 seconds.
Clear.
Or they're separated by 3.7 seconds or whatever I just said. Hopefully I make all these notes, mental notes, and I even type them into like a Word notepad or whatever document to remind myself. And I always forget. I wanted to mention and highlight
Outside.
Ric Flair in the flag stand
Stay low.
on the start here, given it's the Bash at the Beach
Keep low.
in WCW. But hopefully I at least showed him. And given the clipping issues in that replay program, we might not get a really good look at his face, but you can always check out the MIP video later, a couple
Still
months
there.
ago on my channel where we made Ric Flair the flag man. All right, nice racing action up here.
Still there.
Hopefully the sound levels are much better. I'm experimenting with a few
Still
things. I still have the
Clear.
spotter pretty loud, relatively
Outside.
speaking.
Stay low.
If I wanted to do a true showcase, I will just shut up.
Still there.
And I'll probably end up doing one of those kind of videos.
Clear. Outside. Still
And
there.
you'll see them pop
Still
up
there.
this week. Just random
Stay low.
videos. You'll know exactly what they mean, but
Clear
it's going to be for
outside.
people that
Outside.
haven't heard the spotter packs
Stay
yet.
low.
Or at least this one. You've been hearing this
Stay
guy
low.
talk for the last 5-6 races. But for people that haven't heard it yet,
Stay low.
I'll probably have dedicated videos showing it off for 5-10 minutes or something like that.
Clear. Outside.
All right, I've watched a
Stay
few
low.
spots here in the early going. The Hulkster, Hulk Hogan's fittingly
Keep low.
leading the Bash at the Beach here early out there.
Keep low.
I think I mentioned one random caution,
Clear. Truck outside.
and I only mentioned that because I
Keep
kind of
low.
want the field to split up a little bit now. This is getting tight.
Still there.
It's just a storm brewing.
Stay low. Still there.
I have, we should have my spotter pack at Michigan,
low.
the next race. My friend, who you're hearing right now as the spotter,
Keep low.
he doesn't follow NASCAR that well, or that much at all, really. And
Stay low.
I gave him this, I sat with him when we did it, and I said, here you go, I
Still
need you to
there?
read off all these things. And, you know, some of the tone in his voice, sometimes it feels a little bit off compared to how he should be talking, but that's just him not
Stay
knowing
low.
the deal, you know. But for the most part, he's
Clear.
did
Truck outside.
an amazing job.
Still there. 3 wide. 2 of them outside.
Which
outside.
is
3 wide.
partly
2 of them
why
outside.
I went the
outside.
route of his
Stay
spotter
low.
having like a backstory of,
Still there.
you know, in love with his driver.
Still there.
We still haven't heard a lot of it yet. Because a lot of the serious ones that he did just,
Stay low.
you know, just didn't hit right because he doesn't know the emotion, what you should be
Clear.
conveying to
Truck
the driver
outside.
and whatnot, you know.
Stay low.
So that's going to be my spotter pack. I'll be the serious
Keep
one,
low.
and he'll be the goofy one.
Keep low. Clear.
All right, lap 15. I think it's for some.
Outside.
I think it's time for some snapshot action,
Stay low.
just to show where your favorite drivers,
Keep low.
because of the owners' championship now, where you can see where they're at right now.
Still there. Clear. Still there.
Tell you what, I stopped the race just then to save the
Still
replay,
there.
and I saw a few
Clear.
things.
Truck outside.
Dwight Schrute has dropped from the
Stay
pole
low.
position back to P12, but I'm guessing Alex Trebek
Clear
is
outside.
the top of the
Outside.
charts in movers and losers.
Keep low.
He's up to P22,
Keep low.
starting 40th.
Still there.
And that snapshot was probably really quick. And then
Clear outside.
the workflow I've gotten into is just showing some racing
Outside.
action now, which isn't live with me.
Stay low.
It is because of the slow-mo and everything.
Stay low.
It's, I don't know, half a lap behind maybe.
Still there. Still there.
All right, Wednesday Adams. Do your stupid dance or whatever. Get
Still
moving.
there.
There's your mom on the outside, the Matt
Clear
Geiger truck.
outside.
Oh, that's Matt Geiger and Wednesday Adams' truck as
Outside.
well.
Stay low.
And then just a heads up for all you truck owners.
Keep low.
When we go into pit road, it's one of those
Keep low.
randomized pit roads. So
Clear. Truck outside.
if you're Alex Trebek and you're expecting your truck to
Still
pit,
there.
it's, you know, at the very entrance of pit
Keep
road,
low.
you'll be surprised. I don't know where he's pitting.
Clear outside.
Hopefully my P's aren't popping. Like I said,
Outside.
experimenting with some mic settings.
Stay low.
Best smelling blimp in the air.
Hi there up there. Good to see you.
But I'm not tooting my own horn because the first spotter pack I tried that we used before we really nailed the crisp audio quality that we have now, those were awful.
Truck outside.
But I rolled up my sleeves, found out
Stay low.
a way to do it, and it just
Clear
sounds
outside.
good. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out.
Outside.
I got to cut up in front of Pablo Escobar.
Keep low. Stay low. Still there.
Now, the dangerous part of this race,
wide.
the
2 of them
dangerous
outside.
part of this
Outside.
track
Truck
is
outside.
getting on the wall here is
Keep low.
similar to getting on the wall at Darlington. If you get on, you cannot get off.
Keep low. Clear outside. Outside. Stay low.
What I want to do is get some free,
low.
just get some open rein driving, because right
Clear
now
outside.
I'm just stuck behind Wednesday Adams,
Keep
and
low. Still there.
this is a very draft intensive kind of deal,
Still there.
and if she's slow, she's holding me up.
Keep low.
I'm going to have to make moves on pit road, I think.
Clear outside. Truck outside.
Hulk Hogan,
Stay
meanwhile,
low.
seems like he's on cruise control out there.
Stay low.
Yeah,
Stay
Wednesday
low.
Adams, I don't know. She's getting spooked by some line I'm running, I'm guessing.
Truck inside.
3 wide. This is
You're in the
dangerous here.
middle. Outside. 3 wide. You're in the middle. Inside. Stay high.
This is really
wide.
dangerous
You're
coming
in
out
the
of the
middle.
turn. I got to be careful.
Hold your line. Clear outside.
All right, this is my first foray
Keep high.
onto the top line.
Clear, all clear.
I cannot
Inside.
get into the wall.
Stay
I
high.
repeat, do not get into the
Keep
wall.
high.
See, they can run that
Keep
See, I'm
high.
getting a boost up there, but it's just dangerous.
Clear.
I don't trust myself up there. We were able to get around Wednesday Adams with ease, but it's just dangerous. It's like shark-infested waters up there. Should have pit stops coming up here in 5 or 6 laps.
Inside. Clear, all clear.
Hogan's pulling away from the field up there. Holy cow. We haven't lost anybody.
Inside. Clear, all clear.
I'll show the standings here before pit road. I'll try to remember to change them each straightaway. I don't have time to look at them, but you're probably interested in them.
Outside. Keep low. Clear.
I almost have to stay quiet to just so I remember to change them every straightaway. This is much more intense racing than I expected it to be. I did just spot Alex Trebek dropping back to P27, but that's
Truck
still a
outside.
huge jump for him early.
Still there.
Tell you what, I just want everything
Clear.
thinned out. I really do.
Outside.
This is just too
Keep low.
intense right now. It just feels like
Keep low. Clear.
we're just dancing on the razor's edge right now. Something's gonna break,
Outside.
and it might happen when pit stops
Still
start,
there.
and when everyone starts trying to slow down from these
Keep
high
low.
speeds.
Stay low. Clear.
Looks like Dwight Schrute hit the wall up
Outside.
there.
Keep low. Stay low.
The Hulkster still in the lead. That is an
Still there.
RFY racing truck. His teammates are Randy Savage and
Clear.
John Denver. And I was thinking the other day, it was kind of funny. John Denver's like, he's like that random fourth member of a Survivor Series team that just doesn't, they needed someone to fill out the team. And they just had to just pick some rando. You know what I'm talking about. It would be like the Survivor Series would be like Axe Crash and Demolition from, or Axe Crash and Smash or whatever from Demolition, and they needed a fourth member, and it'd be like Doink the Clown or something. like I guess that works. All right, I think this is pit stops.
Inside.
Oh.
The leader is on pit road. Stay high.
Here's my nemesis,
Still there.
Joe Dirt.
Stay high.
Speaking
All clear.
of which,
Inside.
after the
Clear, all
post-race
clear.
stuff
Truck
at
inside.
Pocono, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Stay high.
came down to my stall and just
Stay high.
skyhooked Mark Martin into a trash can. But
Stay high.
everything has been
Clear,
forgiven.
all clear. Inside.
Well, I tell you what, Albert Einstein and
Clear.
Willy Wonka almost wrecked up
Inside.
there. Tell you what, I got to stay out. This is
Clear.
too dangerous. I didn't practice pit road entry here. Joe Dirt with a weird move there. Really fell off. I don't think I spooked him there. All of these clowns are probably pitting here, so I'm thinking it might be best to pit with them. Yeah, that's the right call.
Keep it under 4.5. 45. 3,000 in seconds.
Nice, sexy pit road entry here. 4.5, he said. I'm way down at the end of pit road. Come on, Walker. Get moving, buddy. Here we go. Good stop. We'll see how everything... Hogan... Yeah, there's some trucks a lap down right now.
The leader is on pit road.
All right, come on. Out, out, out.
Go, go, go. Shit and get. Keep it under 4.5, 45, 3,000 in seconds. Don't speed on pit road. 3,000 in seconds.
Here we go.
Clear
We're
up
off.
Pit lane. Get going.
God, I don't know. I might not be shaking out pretty good here.
There's when you can.
Okay, good. I mean, the best thing is that things have spread out now. That racing earlier, it was just way too tight. I'm getting a big run here on these two goons. But I got to stay with them because the draft seems like it's very important here. I don't even know where I was before pit stops. In the 20s, I think. There's the Macho Man Randy Savage. We haven't seen him all race. At least I haven't.
Okay, you're doing good, but you gotta go all in. All the way in.
What does that mean, guy?
Truck inside.
All right, we're going to follow Walker on the high line
Keep
here.
high.
On the newer tires, I
Keep
definitely
high.
feel comfortable holding this line up here, not getting into this wall.
Still there.
Boy, they don't budge an inch when you're getting near them in the turns. I like it.
Stay high.
Not used to it, but I like it.
Still there.
So yeah, it looks like this turned out to be a pretty good difficulty. My new workflow now is,
Clear,
showing
all
pit
clear.
road and then not showing a snapshot coming off of pit road, but, basically showing some live action, seeing where your truck ended up after the stops. Hulk Hogan still in the lead through the pit stops. Tell you what, me and Walker have just teabagged Gritty there. Darth Vader. Oh, geez, Louise. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. I mean, he's had a few good races, but another DNF. We'll try to get a report from our pit road reporter, Andre the Giant, on that one. And Macho Man Randy Savage, that's why we saw him, is because he's a lap down. He must have been stuck on pit road or something.
Yeah, Phil. Darth Vader is not happy. He is really fed up with his racing team, although a spokesperson from Campbell Racing says they suspect sabotage. They said they saw your mom in Darth Vader's garage last night. Darth Vader heard about that, and he said he's going to, quote, lay into your mom after the race.
Clear outside.
I'm kind of just sticking with him to see if we can draft and catch up to this next truck, who I think is Daenerys Targaryen. No, it's Dwight Schrute. I was way off. I don't know, partner. You're slow.
Truck outside. Stay low.
But I don't have him. He'll pass me
Stay
here.
low.
I
Clear outside.
gotta stay with him and draft. That's the strategy right now. Yeah, Campbell, brother. I don't know. I have no idea what's the deal with Darth Vader. It might come down to like a corrupt car file or something. I don't know. But there's just no reason that he should always be DNFing. Because I think that's going to be mechanical DNF number 3 for him, maybe. It's way too many. It feels like we're gaining on Dwight Schrute. Is there a truck on pit road, or is that the pace truck? And with 55 laps to go left in the bash at the beach, Hulkamania is running wild on you, brother. He is P1, leading a large chunk of this race early on. And then we got Willy Wonka, Dorothy, Edward Scissorhands, and Billy Ocean in the top 5. But check out the son of a bitch in the P8 spot right now, Newman. Chad Crow's Newman. And I think he's going for his 3rd straight top 10 here. Yeah, I think he started 39th, 37th.
You know, people used to think what made a great raisin bran was just a couple scoops of raisins. Today, people want more. Post Natural Raisin Bran uses naturally sweet raisins. They don't sugarcoat them like some other raisin brands do. Taste the natural goodness of Post Natural Raisin Bran.
All right, welcome back as the sun sets on beautiful Homestead Miami Speedway on PBS Sports. We're at the Bash at the Beach. Programming note, stay tuned for an all-new episode of, I forget. Great performances. Watch a show about the Met Orchestra performing some of your favorite sonatas. and they're great. That's after the race on PBS Sports. I think it's better for everybody if I don't rehearse those. I totally forgot. I have a folder on my desktop of PBS shows that, I'll throw the graphic into that graphic I put up during the race, and then I'll look and see which one I want to do before the race, and then go and not really write anything, and then just try to make it up on the fly. And then I totally forgot what show I wanted to do. All right, we're on. By the way, we're on lap 55. We should be seeing pit stops here on lap 60. And we're going to get some snapshot action here once the entire field crosses the start-finish line. I'm waiting for Rod Woodson to hit. And Rod Woodson hit, so we should have accurate intervals for the entire field. Of course, Randy Savage a lap down. During the commercial break, I got around Walker Texas Ranger, and now I'm 3 seconds ahead of him. I don't know what happened to that back group, but I come up here and it's tight racing. I don't know. Meanwhile, Mr. Miyagi has taken the lead during the commercial break from Hulk Hogan. He karate chopped Hogan in the nuts, then made some big-time move. Billy Ocean still up there. Bob Vila. Newman P8. Oh, Hogan's going into pit. A little early there for the Hulkster, I think. I think he was one of the early pitters on that first round, though. And we still have a random caution somewhere. All right, since Hogan pitted, I'm going to just chill out up here. Holy hell, that first round of stop, I'll tell you what. That first round of stops came on lap 30. We aren't even close to lap 30 right now, and they're going in. And if that's the game over the course of 30 laps, factoring in the draft into fuel use, where everybody was drafting real close early on, so they didn't have to use as much fuel, and now that everybody's kind of spread out, they're using up more fuel. If the game does that kind of calculations, holy shit. But I don't know. But anyway, we're going to pit when John Denver pits. Try to anyway.
I bet your body is glistening with sweat right now. Ooh, it's a hot one today. Might have to take this shirt off.
Okay. I'm trying to... You should be focusing on our pit stop, guy. You should be getting all the lug nuts ready here instead of taking your shirt off. Is John Denver pitting? I think he is. We'll go in with the...
The leader is on pit road. 4-5 is the speed.
We'll go in with John Denver.
3,000 in second.
What do you say, 4.5 or 5.5?
So speed on pit road. 3,000 in second.
Okay. Good stop right there. All right, we're doing good. Come on.
The leader is on pit road.
Let's go.
Go, go, go. Shit and get. 4-5 is the speed limit. 45. 3,000 in second. Clear of pit lane. Get going.
Come on, Nathan Jessup, go. Handle the truth and go. Tell you what,
When you can.
there's going to be some splash and go action at the end of this race
Clear.
if we don't get that
The
random
leader
caution.
is on pit road.
If we don't get that random caution, let's go up the track in case one of these turds are pitting.
I'll tell you who's a good actor. It's that there Joe Manganiello from those Magic Mike movies. Truck outside.
Truck outside.
Stay low. Still there.
Just goes right back to business
Stay low.
after fantasizing about Joe
Clear
Manganiello.
outside.
Oh, man.
Okay, you're doing good, but you gotta go all in. All
The way in. Tell you what, people are going to download this spotter pack and not be prepared for what's coming. And again, we've only scratched the surface.
Next truck is the leader, big man. Inside. Clear.
Okay. So, where are we at here? Where's Hogan? Willy Wonka was up there. He was running with Miyagi. These pit stops have taken a few laps to cycle through. Now, some of those call-outs, they're not random. I don't know which, I forget which ones he even said. I know the Manganiello one, but basically those ones replace, you're racing the car in front. Okay, the next two trucks are for position. The three cars behind you are for position. All of those ones, which, who cares when you're racing? Because I have a really good sense of where I'm at right now. And plus I can hit a button on my computer. Doc Holliday lap down, by the way. I can hit a button on my computer and see the standing, so I don't need those call-outs. So what we did was just put some random ones in those, because you don't hear them often. And it's enough where, it'll be funny when we hear them. And I'm assuming the all the way in call out is for top 20. Instead of them saying, okay, you're in the top 20, he just makes some really direct sexual innuendo. And I'm not sure what the take my shirt off thing was for at all. I think it might have been one of those random call-outs. Because, listen, if you remember, I know a couple people even commented on it, that during pit stops, a few races, the Jimmy Johnson spotter pack would just start rambling about some slow truck in turn 1 or something. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. And I was always like, and it was like muffled, and I was like, what the hell is that? And then when I dug into all of the spotter files, it was those. It was like that Manganello one that just played. It was just a random one that played that didn't even make sense at all. Which, you know, the Manganello thing doesn't make sense at all, but... So they were on the same wavelength. They were like, we don't have to tell them they're in top 20. We'll just put a random cool-sounding, snippet from the spotter audio. But I went a different route.
Inside.
All right, hopefully we get a report from
Still there. Keep high.
Andre the Giant on Doc Holliday being a lap down.
Still there. Stay high.
Hulk Hogan has retaken the lead up there. He's
Still there.
He hulked out. Came back. Mr. Miyagi has dropped back to
Clear, all
P5.
clear.
Tell you what, I like Cardi B up there. AC racing driver. One of the few women in the field. You know, I tried to have some, what do you call, diversity throughout the field. Cardi B, Billy Ocean. Trying to go through the field in my head here. But women, we have Marie Antoinette. We have your mom, Cardi B. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, of course. And that's really pretty much it. Little Red Riding Hood was supposed to be in the field, but she dropped out right before the season began. Daenerys Targaryen, woman. But I think we had 7 female drivers in season 1. So I might get canceled.
Truck inside. Clear. All clear.
For any
Truck
of you,
inside.
for any of you who is a child of the 90s,
Still there.
a driver who's been left on the cutting room floor twice
Stay high.
so far has been Elion Gonzalez. If you know who that is, I mean, if you were born, if you grew up in the 90s, you know who that is. And I've made 2 different paint jobs for him. One for the car, that 90s car mod, and then a truck, and he just hasn't made the cut yet. And I think he would be the first Latin American driver in our series. Trying to think. Anyway, Willy Wonka has retaken the lead. I probably showed everything after pit stops. Let's do a nice hot field snapshot here with 22 to go. Still no random caution, which is strange. But we're not getting this. We're not getting this snapshot until Rod Woodson goes past the start finish. Because what I do is when I see him cross the start finish, I'm gonna pause the game. I think he just did, and I can't do it mid-turn, so we're not gonna have.
We're getting down to it here. 20 laps to go.
Hang on. We're gonna get gritty. We're gonna get gritty to cross the start finish and then do one. All right, they're all passed. There we go. Okay, and this field snapshot should be the field coming out of 4. And Hogan should be in 3rd place in the snapshot anyway. He might not be in the replay standings. Trying to remember, because I look at the standings real quick. Yeah, Newman P7. Trebek and Joe Dirt are side by, they're in the mid-20s. But Walker Texas Ranger has dropped. He's dropped maybe 15, 16 spots this race. So he's coming down to earth in the second half of the season. It was almost like
Inside.
almost like somebody
Clear.
flipped a
Truck
switch.
Inside.
Willy Wonka
Clear,
and
all clear.
Cardi B is just spitting on Willy Wonka right now. Those are 2 AC Racing drivers. Have at it. Have at it. What we need to do is, whoever's leading this pack here is Turd Ferguson, Billy Ocean. We got to make moves and get up to these leaders. Hulk Hogan's dropped a P5, but he's still in the hunt. I was looking at the standings. I missed the turn there. But Hogan, Edward Scissorhands, and your mom are all up there in that group. Your mom, I don't even know if she has a top 10 this season. I think every driver does have a top 10. But, I mean, your mom has not contended for any races this season, any wins at all. Nobody talks about your mom. This
Truck inside.
random caution's making me nervous, brother.
Truck outside. Still there. Clear.
What's making me nervous too is all these trucks dipping in and out in my rearview mirror. This is just too tight.
Stay low.
I got spoiled after, the early going.
Stay low.
And I was able just to fall in and relax. Now we're back in the thick of it at the worst possible moment
Stay low.
as we reach the waning laps of this race.
Stay low. 3 wide. 2 of them outside. Outside.
I don't think we're 3 wide right now.
Stay low.
Oh, something's got to give here because
Stay low.
there's going to be pit stops coming, which
Keep low.
I really shit the bed at Pocono.
Still there.
I got distracted by them taking on tires. I totally forgot to turn off my damage situation. I forgot I had even incurred damage that would prompt a repair.
Stay low. Clear outside. Truck outside.
Let's take a look at the tire. Yeah, this is going to be no
Still there.
tires here. This is going to be a splash and go.
Still there.
15 laps to a can. We'll keep that number in our minds.
Keep low.
So that's 7 laps for a half can, and we'll see when they start pitting and when we have to pit.
Still there.
It's getting down to it here. I really want somebody to win this battle between Billy Ocean and Turd Ferguson.
Stay low.
As I said, I'm getting nervous. Unfortunately, fortunately for me, Cardi B's up still in the lead. But the Hulkster, I was pulling for the Hulkster.
Still there.
He's had some garbage luck this season, just wasn't performing well in the first half. And this was kind of his race to win, given the
Keep low.
professional wrestling slant. But he's dropped a P7.
Stay low.
Edward Scissorhands has been hanging out up there. Now he's P2. I don't like this.
Stay
I don't like
low.
this, gentlemen. And lady. Is there a lady in this group? Maybe not.
Still there.
Edward Scissorhands making a move on Cardi B up there.
Stay low. Still there?
I don't know how I'm going to do those Andre the Giant pit reports yet. Because I don't sometimes it's
10 more laps to go. 10 to go.
sometimes it's 6,
Stay
7
low.
laps after it happens that I show it, that I realize it happened. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. Anyway, I got
Still
other fish
there?
to fry right now. No tires.
No tires this time, boys.
And for now,
Stay low.
we're going to do a half can,
Half can of fuel. Half can.
which would be 7 laps. And then we'll adjust that if we have to. Yeah, we just got stuck here. It's really hard. It's not worth it to push 3
low.
wide.
Stay low.
I just wish I knew when they were pitting.
Keep low.
And a random caution. Oh, what is Dwight Schrute doing?
Keep low.
Well, the door opened here for 3 wide. I got to go.
Stay low.
I'm getting out of
Keep
that.
low.
No weird moves yet. And we got to...
Keep low.
Oh, no. We got the Hulkster right there. A bunch of the leaders just dipping down on the pit road. And, yeah, with 7 to
Clear
go.
outside. I bet your body is glistening with sweat right now. Truck outside. Keep low.
Do your job, guy.
Clear outside. Outside.
Half can is going to be 7 laps. We're in good shape
Keep
there.
low.
That is the call.
Stay low. Keep low.
And we're pitting here. Looks like Billy Ocean's making a power move to go in.
Stay low.
We're going in with Billy.
3 wide. 2 of them outside.
Looks like Turd's coming in,
Outside.
too.
3 wide. 2 of them outside.
No, Turd's.
3 wide. 2 of
Billy
them
Ocean
outside.
wasn't coming in.
Clear outside. Keep it under 4.5. 45. 3,000 in second.
Okay. Tell you what, that was an elite entry by me. One of the best pit road entries of the season. I see my pit stall. Now let's see what goes wrong. Wham bam, let's go. Come on. Come on.
Go, go, go. Toot and scoot. Keep it under
Toot and
4.5.
scoot.
45. 3,000 in second.
All right, we're with
Don't
Turd.
speed on pit road. 3,000 in second. Clear of pit lane. Get going.
Okay, come on. Let's try to catch up with Turd Ferguson on this little access road here. It's not bad. There's the Hulkster. There are the leaders.
Where's when he can.
All right, nobody around me right now, which I like, maybe, or not. I don't know. I just hope this random caution doesn't come out and ruin this end of this
The
race.
leader is on pit road.
Oh shit! I thought I was on fresh tires because I had just come out of pit road. You know, I'm not on fresh tires, so relax. Were we racing with Colonel Jessup before the
Inside.
pit stops?
Clear.
Can't
all
remember,
clear.
but I see Albert Einstein up here, and we were racing with him. I know for certain. All right, MacGruber's pitting. Trying to keep an eye on the leaders. It's just so wild how many splash and goes we've had in this season. Just sheer coincidence. Not coincidence, just I don't know.
Truck inside.
It's almost an anomaly
Clear. All clear.
compared to splash and goes that I've had coming into the season. I tell you what, if a random caution hits now, that's the end of the race.
Just 2 laps to go. We are approaching the climax.
I'm going to get around Dorothy. This is Dorothy's
Outside.
final race in that
Too
Ruby
slow.
Tuesday truck. I think all the trucks are
Clear.
going to go back to
Outside.
their normal scheme, except
Still
for...
there.
Wait a minute, Dwight Schrute might be out of gas. Somebody's out of gas up here, I think. But I don't know. Somebody's doing something wild.
2 of them outside. Outside.
Dwight Schrute's
outside.
pitting. He just ruined my
Stay
race.
low.
Dwight
Truck
Schrute.
inside. Outside.
Dwight Schrute just cost me a couple
Clear
spots.
outside.
So he didn't
The
ruin...
leader is on pit road.
He didn't ruin my
you're
race.
Doing good, but you got to go all in. All the way in.
Okay, get off the wall. Get off the wall, please. All right. This fucking guy. This guy talking. Some trucks stayed out here. Godzilla might be getting a win. Godzilla might have stretched his fuel and gotten the win. But yeah, a lot of these trucks are moving back to their regular paint schemes next race, except for Doc Holliday. We're going to keep him in the Huckleberry truck the rest of the season. And wait a minute. There's
There's the white flag. 1 more to go.
okay, it's still white flag
Next
situation.
truck is the leader, big man.
Your guess is as good as mine of who's the leader. It looks like it's Cardi B.
Inside.
Hogan dropped a P11. He's probably going to finish in the
Stay
top
high.
10, though. Bob Vila's making a push
Stay
for the win
high.
up there.
Still there.
There's the checkers, and it's showing Dwight Schrute as the winner right now.
Stay
I don't know about that. No, Cardi B. They're giving it to Cardi B. I'm coming in P14. It's not
Checkers,
bad.
buddy, roll out of the throttle. Okay, this ain't gonna be our best finish. We'll talk about it in the showers in a little bit.
I don't want to get out of the car. Might just drive through the wall here into the ocean. All right, Randy Savage just showing a tire thing popped up, so he must have had a tire issue. Where's Joe Dirt? I'll get him. We ain't getting him here, but I'll get him one day.
Keep it under 4-5, 45, 3,000 in seconds.
All right. Fun little race there. I did check. I had stopped, I think during the commercial break to go to the bathroom, and then I had to text somebody for like a couple minutes. And then after the race, I checked the random caution generator, and I kind of checked the timestamp on the text, and it most likely triggered around that time, so that's why we didn't get it. But let's look at the results. Cardi B with the big win here, and this was a nice Miami. I think I'm going to keep this one going forward, and you can see all the big jumps there. Cardi B, Bob Vila, Newman. Mentioned Newman during the race. Yeah, this is going to be another one of those wild card races where you can make a huge jump. And let's see. Yeah, I was rooting for Hogan. I don't know if you could tell. I was pulling for him. Couldn't get it done. Just got washed out there toward the end of the race. And then over on the right, nothing big except, Turd Ferguson actually on the front page of the results. Pretty good to see. Hank Hill. I keep seeing Hank Hill's name in places it hasn't been before. The Phil Siborowski truck. We'll keep an eye on Hank Hill. I think he's going to be making some moves here. Even if he's not making moves in the point standings, he's really helping out the owner's championship for Phil. Before we jump to the second page of the results, let's talk about Newman. I said he might have 3 straight top 10s. He does. He had a 10th at Nazareth, 3rd at Pocono, 3rd at Miami. Before that race, he had a P35 at New Hampshire. But then before New Hampshire, he had P4, P3, P14, and P4. So he is on the move. We'll see where he's at in the overall point standings, but he's really helping out Chad Crow for sure. Going to page two of the results. Dwight Schrute, pole sitter, fell a bunch. I mean, he's been Mr. Sex recently. After his charge into the top 10, now he's simmering down. Alex Trebek, still a big jump. That's a lot of points for him there. Gritty, a big drop there for Campbell Racing. And then over on the right, Nothing really sticking out. But then you see Walker Texas Ranger and Randy Savage. Walker Texas Ranger, he's just last 2 races, he's been abysmal. And I was racing behind him for 10 or so laps before those commercials or whatever it was, and he was just slow. And like 2 laps after I went to commercial, I had to make a move and had to become the alpha male, and I was able to pass him. And then Randy Savage, I'm only circling that because it seems like he's just all or nothing with him recently. He's either a lap down or at the back of the pack or kind of running near the front. So that's RFY Racing has to be a little bit worried about that. Meanwhile, another driver you don't see here in the bottom 20 is John Denver, because he's Mr. Consistency for RFY, and it might eventually win him the Owners Championship. And of course, we have Darth Vader, his fifth DNF of the season. That Andre the Giant thing was so stupid, but we'll keep doing stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Campbell. And then checking out the bonus points, Hulk Hogan did lead the most laps, not a big surprise. And then a bunch of those other names up there. I'm surprised I didn't see Edward Scissorhands. We were kind of side-eyeing and creeping on the battle for the lead up there for a couple laps. And it looked like Edward Scissorhands had led a lap, but he did not. But the 3 fastest laps of the race go to Alex Trebek, Smokey the Bear, and your mom. So Miami's over and done with. We now have 13 races to go. Here's what the point standings look like first. Joe Dirt holds his lead over Alex Trebek. Walker, he's another bad finish from dropping to like 6th or 7th. Just the Craftsman Truck Series is so unpredictable. Edward Scissorhands has been a mainstay, though, just steady for R.A. Kaiser. Albert Einstein as well. These are just staples in the top 10 recently. I do want to see Julius Caesar get a big finish at Michigan in the next race. Fleetwood Mac lurking in the top 10. And there's Newman. I wanted to point him out. He's over there in P13. Just making this huge charge for Chad Crow. And I mean, he's 1 or 2 decent finishes away from being in the conversation in the top 10. Just an amazing turnaround for Newman after 2 DNFs in the first 5 races maybe. So it's a historic turnaround. And then finally the Owners Championship points with 13 races to go. Again, Chad Crow getting a big bump here with Newman's good finishes, Alex Trebek's win, and I mean Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's kind of a latch. He's just hanging on to the team right now. Hate to say it, but no surprise, Campbell Racing's down there. And I mean, we'll see how this shakes out. And again, I could sit here and talk about it for days, but this can all flip the next race. But it is nice to see Matt Geiger, who had Walker Texas Ranger up in the lead all season. He's starting to collapse and crap on himself, and that's always fun to see. So there you have it. I'm going to sign off right now. I'll see you at Michigan, and we'll let the time lapse, the day to night time lapse of the race you just watched, take us into that good night. Thanks for watching.